And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land.
Hello, welcome to NAMI News at 2. There's a lot happening this week in our country. We thought we would take a few minutes to chat about what that means for us here at NAMI County. Before we talk about that, though, we thought we would share our upcoming events. And Ashley is bringing us the great information we know you are all looking forward to hearing about. Good afternoon.
Hello, Jessica.
Hello. You excited to share with us?
Yes, I am.
Great, take it away.
Okay, so we have some really great programs actually starting next week. First is our Bridges of Hope presentation on Tuesday. It's a 1-hour presentation about how faith communities can create welcoming spaces for people impacted with mental health conditions. I have a co-host who's very excited and would like to share. He's going to stay off camera. All right, then that same week on Thursday, we have our family and friends presentation. It's 2 hours in length, and it helps inform people who have loved ones with a mental health condition how to support them, and it's a great opportunity also to gain community support. Come here, boop, boop. Keep your head this way. Okay. So we also have a lot starting in February. I know you're like, it's just so exciting. So in February, we have our Wellness Recovery Action Plan class starting. It's going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays throughout the month of February. In this 8-session class, you will learn how to develop a personal wellness plan that will help promote recovery as well as how to manage crises. I have some breaking news here for you. Some new information for the news at 2 is we are going to be starting our NAMI Basics class. It's an education program for parents, caregivers, and other family who provide care for children who are experiencing mental health symptoms or conditions. This program is free for participants, and 99% of those who took it said they would recommend it to another. So what do we talk about in this class? You'll realize that you're not alone. You'll find support and shared understanding, compassion, reinforcement, and empathy from people who truly get your situation. And don't forget, your experience might also help someone else. Together, we build hope along this recovery journey. So some of the things that we talk about is the impact of mental health conditions have on your family, different types of mental health professionals that can be helpful for you, and different therapies, an overview of the public mental health care system, schools, the juvenile justice system, and resources for you to navigate these systems, how to advocate for your child's rights at school and in healthcare settings, how to prepare for and respond to crisis situations, and the importance of taking care of yourself. So this class is starting on February 20th. It's going to be running on Saturdays. Make sure to visit our website to sign up and learn more about this class. As a reminder, all NAMI programs are available at no cost. And to get more information, visit our website.
Thank you, Ashley, and your co-chair. Co-anchor, I guess. So I'm looking forward to all the things that you had mentioned, and we look forward to seeing some of you join us. Thanks, Ashley.
Bye.
I promised some information on what is happening in DC and how that relates to us here at NAMI County. We have Bree sharing information on the inauguration process and how that affects all of our individuals living with mental health conditions. Hi, Bree.
Hi, Jessica.
Take it away.
Sure thing. So like Jessica said, I'm going to talk a little bit about what kind of the presidential administration upcoming things are going to have an impact on mental health. So as we're approaching Inauguration Day, the NAMI County staff thought that it would be important to kind of speak about President-elect Biden's cabinet picks and what those picks mean for individuals living with mental health condition, like Jessica said. So President-elect Biden has selected Marcia Fudge for Secretary of Housing and Urban Development and Xavier Becerra as the Secretary of Health and Human Services. The Secretary of Housing and Urban Development will be an integral part of incoming Biden administration's COVID-19 response, as millions of Americans have fallen behind on rent and mortgage payments as a result of the pandemic. This administration is expected to push for Congress to pass a relief package dedicating billions of dollars to rent relief, and the HUD department will likely seek additional funding to address homelessness. As for the Secretary of Health and Human Services, this position oversees funding for drug abuse and mental health services, in addition to many others across the country. So whatever the Biden administration and potential Secretary of Health and Human Services, Becerra, does with this funding and advocacy efforts will impact the state and local funding for individuals living with a mental illness. Back to you, Jessica.
Thank you, Bree. We appreciate you shedding light on that.
Absolutely.
So in our What Does NAMI Mean to Me segment, we thought it might be nice to hear about what our President and Vice President-elect thought of prioritizing mental health services. According to mentalhealthforus.net, which is a website that compiles presidential candidates' positions on different aspects of the mental health field, we have pulled some quotes. President-elect Joe Biden states, "As a society, we need to work together to eliminate the stigma felt by those who are suffering and struggling with their mental health. We must ensure that everyone has access to affordable, quality health care and that mental health services are covered." And he goes on to say, "There is no doubt that we need a better system of care for the mental health needs of adults and children. As pointed out by the National Alliance on Mental Illness, individuals living with mental illness experience recovery through a combination of community services, medication, support, housing, education, employment, and other supports. We can and must ensure that these services and supports are available." Thank you, Biden. Our Vice President-elect, Kamala Harris, was quoted saying, "We must do better at prioritizing mental health and making sure it is available for anyone who needs it. Mental health care should not be a privilege just for those that can afford it." She continues with, "It is unacceptable that mental health and substance use coverage discrimination continues. For too long, we have failed to devote the proper resources to mental health care in this country. Every American deserves to have mental health services that are accessible and affordable for them in the communities where they live." Thank you, Biden and Harris. We look forward to your commitments and priorities on mental health topics as you take office this week. That leads us to our next segment, Mental Health in the News. And Courtney is going to share that with us. Hi, Courtney.
Hi.
We look forward to hearing what you have to share.
I'm excited to share. So with the presidential inauguration upon us and with new leaders starting their terms in office very soon, we wanted to share some information regarding our country's leaders' stances on mental health. For those who may not be fully aware of the federal government's role within mental health services in our country, the federal government works in partnerships with states to address mental health. The federal role in mental health includes regulating systems and providers, protecting the rights of consumers, providing funding for services, and supporting research and innovation. As a major funding source for mental health services, the federal government establishes and enforces minimum standards that states can then expand upon. During the campaigning for the last election, Mental Health for Us asked candidates multiple questions regarding their thoughts, opinions, and future action items for mental health in our nation. One of the questions responded by President-elect Joe Biden about how the rates of depression and anxiety are increasing among adolescents, as well as the need for treatment sooner, included his plan to build on the progress made through the 21st Century Cures Act that involves promoting the integration of behavioral health in pediatric primary care. He also explained the need to invest in school mental health professionals. That way, students can get the adequate help that is needed for their mental health. Another question that was posed to Vice President-elect Kamala Harris involved the shortage of mental health professionals that we are experiencing in our country. She explained that the priority she feels to utilize telemedicine to increase access to mental health services, specifically to underserviced areas and for those who struggle to access mental health care that they need. President-elect Joe Biden explained in his response that, quote, "mental health is health, period." At NAMI County, we take our time to educate our community about legislation that is in place and that regulates mental health not only on a federal level, but at a state and local level. If you're interested in learning more about how you can receive these updates called our advocacy alerts, you can visit our website and subscribe today. That's all for Mental Health in the News. Back to you.
Well, thank you for sharing all that with us, Courtney.
My pleasure.
In our self-care corner, we have Shari sharing again. Hi.
Hi. Today in Self-Care Corner, I want to talk about respecting others and respecting yourself. Respect is a way of treating or thinking about something or someone, and self-respect is being good to yourself and not putting yourself down. Make responsible choices in what we say and do. How do we respect others? We listen, be thoughtful, acknowledge others, and live and let live. How do we respect ourselves? Learn about what makes you feel your absolute best. Be honest about who you are and what makes you feel good. Stand up and stand out and be yourself. Learn to say no. Also, I'd like to add in there about the stress over the inauguration. Step away from the information black hole. Information is good, obsessing about it is bad. Notice how you feel, and if you're becoming physically or emotionally unwell, do some deep breathing exercises and walk away. So remember, the more you respect yourselves and others, the better you will feel inside. Back to you, Jessica.
Well, that's it for today's Tuesday at 2. We appreciate all of the self-care tips. And yeah, it's okay to step away from the screen.
Yeah.
So thank you all for watching. Bye from the NAMI Wood County team. I got it Ashley there. So until next Tuesday.